Hello, Doc Boffin here. You're watching a match at the launch of the Combat Cards Splintered Rock edition at Splintered Rock, and we're seeing a match between Raymond Nightfire on the left and Grey Gearhead, the tiny little robot, on the right. Now, Raymond Nightfire is drawing up cards and has 5 cards now. Meanwhile, Grey Gearhead has started building up energy with Strategic Defence, which gets 1 point of Fantasy Energy. So we'll see a big attack from Grey Gearhead in the next round, I'm sure. And here it comes. Desert Sniper does 12 points of damage in the low area. So that takes Raymond Nightfire down to 88 health points. Meanwhile, Raymond is still drawing cards and now has 6 cards in his hand, which is the maximum. Raymond plays Fiery Onslaught and Grey Gearhead plays Strategic Defence, both blocking cards that gain Fantasy Energy. So they both have 1 point of Fantasy Energy each. They'll use that in the next round, I'm sure. Water Thief comes out from Raymond Nightfire, which does 14 points of damage in the mid area, reduced to 9 by the 5 block points of Runway Alert, and Runway Alert does 4 points of damage in the high area, which goes through unblocked. Now Raymond Nightfire does long range patrol while Grey Gearhead draws up to 5 cards. So Raymond Nightfire has 1 point of Fantasy Energy, which I'm sure he'll use in the next round. And he does. Water Thief comes out. It requires 1 point of Fantasy Energy. It does 14 points of damage in the mid area. Strategic Defence blocks in the high area, but that's no good against Water Thief, so the full 14 points of damage goes through. Now it's Grey Gearhead's turn to do a big attack. Desert Sniper comes out, 12 points of damage in the low area, which once again is unblocked by Strategic Defence, which blocks in the high area. Strategic Defence gets Raymond a point of Fantasy Energy, which he uses to launch Water Thief, which does 14 points of damage in the mid area, unblocked by Swift Blade, which blocks in the high area, attacks in the low area, and the attack is totally blocked by Raymond's card there. Now, Bar the Way is played by Raymond, which does 5 points of damage in the mid area, unblocked by Strategic Defence, but Strategic Defence gives Raymond some energy, which he uses in the next round to launch a Desert Sniper attack, 12 points of damage in the low area, unblocked by Long Range Patrol, which blocks in the mid area, but Long Range Patrol gets 1 point of Fantasy Energy for Raymond, which he uses to launch Water Thief. So it's tit for tat with players taking turns to do big attacks. Water Thief does go through unblocked by Strategic Defence, but the point of Fantasy Energy is gained by Grey Gearhead, who uses it to launch Desert Sniper, which attacks the low area. This time it's blocked by Fiery Onslaught, which provides blocking points in the low area, as well as Fantasy Energy, which can be used by Water Thief later to do 14 points of damage in the mid area. So Raymond Nightfire is getting his attacks through while blocking the attacks of Grey Gearhead on the right. So it's 46 health points, plays 30 health points. That one isn't blocked though, so the Water Thief of Grey Gearhead does 14 points of damage, goes through. So it's tit for tat. It still could go either way. Water Thief this time is partially blocked by Runway Alert. Runway Alert's attack goes through unblocked. So once again, it's a good card from Grey Gearhead. This time 2 small attacks come out. Swift Blade blocks the 4 damage points of Runway Alert, but the 3 damage points in the low area go through. So that time, once again, Grey Gearhead comes ahead, and he's pulling back into this game. 35 health point, plays 21. Runway Alert comes out again, 4 damage to the high area, unblocked by Long Range Patrol, but that gets Raymond a point of Fantasy Energy, which he uses to launch Water Thief. 14 points of damage in the mid area, partially blocked by Runway Alert. Meanwhile, Runway Alert's attack is not blocked. So Raymond is still piling on the attacks, but Grey Gearhead is managing to avoid some of them, to reduce some of them, to get some attacks in as well, and he's definitely still scrapping and playing this game. So Fiery Onslaught and Strategic Defence both get the players Fantasy Energy, both play Water Thief, and that unfortunately is too much for the tiny robot. Grey Gearhead goes out. Raymond Nightfire is the winner. Thank you very much for watching.